Okay, so I have some massive news about our Ready Harvest freeze-dried food by Thrivalist. I'm really excited about this. Three things that they've done recently. They've introduced new products, including their meat line. This is chicken, and they have recently radically reduced prices, some as much as 45%, and these are permanent price reductions. And the other thing is that 2 days ago, they introduced pantry cans. I'm really excited about this. Let me tell you the details. Well, hey everybody, this is Bill with Live Simple, Live Free, and I'm so excited about what Thrivalist has done. I think this is going to be an absolute game changer. You know, when we first started working with Thrivalist late last summer, they didn't have many products. The only thing they had was fruits and vegetables in a family can, and didn't have any of their own meats. They were reselling Mountain House meats. But they have recently introduced their own line of meats. Like I said, this is chicken dices. They also have a hamburger and sausage. So you can now get Ready Harvest branded meats. And that was something that a lot of you were asking about. Now, another thing, one of the things that I heard a lot of comments about when I first introduced this to you was, why is it so expensive? And it was. But that's because it was a startup company just getting started. They didn't have much volume yet. But because us new affiliates who have joined the company have really been making sales, their volume of sales has increased drastically, which means that they can now get economies of scale. If you're not familiar with that term, that means because they are scaling up and buying much more from volume from the suppliers, they can get better prices, better economy. So economies of scale. As you buy more, you pay less. And Thrivalist now is passing those savings on to you. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Now, this is a PDF that they recently sent me that shows all the old prices and all the new prices. This is large enough. I don't know how to get this to you, but let me just show you a couple of things here. So here we have cauliflower. It's got the old price and the new price. It's a 49% reduction. Carrots, 47% reduction. Potato flakes, 31% reduction. Pineapple chunks, 45% reduction. Banana slices, 40% reduction. You can see all the way down here that this is amazing. Yellow onions, 41% reduction. These are all of the new permanent prices. So as you can see, this is really going to increase your buying power. You're going to be able to buy a lot more for the same amount of money, and it's going to make freeze-dried food accessible to a lot of people that used to not be able to afford it. So I'm really excited about that. And the last thing that they did was they introduced the pantry can. Okay, this is the family can. This is what they originally had. This is 1 gallon. And a lot of people were saying, you know, I'm older, I live alone or whatever. We just don't eat that much. I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to use a full gallon of whatever. We need pantry cans. So they've now introduced the pantry can. Now, this is a Thrive Life pantry can. This is from my old company. Thrivalist just introduced pantry cans 2 days ago, so I don't have any yet. I'm just using this for size comparison. So this, of course, this is a gallon, this is a quart. So the pantry can, of course, is going to be much cheaper because it's much less volume. Though I will say, if you could look at the cost per serving, this is more economical. But if you're not going to use that much before, within a year or whatever, then it's probably better to use this. So with this, you can buy a lot more different products for the same amount of money because you are spending less for each can. Now, initially, they have introduced 6 products in the pantry cans. That would be all of the meats, which is the hamburger, sausage crumbles, and diced chicken. They've also introduced cheddar cheese, strawberries, and sweet corn. Had to think for a minute. So that's 6 that they have introduced. They have plans to introduce many more in the near future. I don't know exactly when. Hopefully, a few more every month. Now that they have the pantry can equipment up and running, it's just a matter of scheduling batches for the different products and printing the labels. So hopefully they'll be able to produce pantry cans, different products, quicker in the future. Now they're running a special right now on the pantry cans for the month of January. If you buy one single pantry can, it's going to be 5% off of the actual price. And then they also have a 6-pack of pantry cans. It's one of each. And that, if you buy that 6-pack, it's 10% off of the regular price. And then, of course, if you join the monthly subscribe and save, you're going to save an additional 10%. That's for a monthly order. So instead of getting 5% off of here, you would get 15%. And instead of getting 10% off of the 6-pack, you're going to get 20% off. So this is a great time to stock up on these, the new introductory sale. Now this obviously is not a cooking video. We're just telling you about the new specials and things. But I want to let you know that next week we will be doing a cooking video, and we will be highlighting several of the products that are in the 6-pack monthly special for this week. So look for that video next week. Now let me show you where to find the pantry cans on the website, because it's kind of in an unexpected place. It kind of surprised me. So this is the Thrivalist website. You can see you're shopping with me. You go over here to the menu, food. You see all these different categories. Now I would expect that they would be right on the actual. Now this is not one that has pantry can at this time, but I would expect them to be right here somewhere where you can select which size you want. It's not. Right here you can only get the family can. So I had to search, where in the world are they? And then I realized they have their own separate category right here, pantry cans, which is kind of odd to me, but there they are. So these are the 6 pantry cans, and then this is the combo, the 6-can combo pack. So that's where you find the pantry cans. And you can see right now for this month, they already have the 5% sale price in there, or the 10% sale price in there. And of course, like I said, if you join the subscribe and save monthly service, then you're going to save an additional 10% on all of those orders. Oh, and regarding the pantry cans, you know, there are many freeze-dried food companies out there, and many of them sell their food in the family cans. But Thrivalist is the only company that uses the pantry cans. Many of the companies do sell smaller portions, but they sell them in bags, pouches. And if you're talking long-term storage, this is by far the best way. This is going to last much longer, much higher quality over the long term than those Mylar bags. They just don't last more than a couple of years. So I'm very excited that Thrivalist, how do I say this? When we were with Thrive Life, they were the best quality freeze-dried food that you could buy. And now Thrivalist, with their Ready Harvest line, is ramping up to be the exact same quality. They're going to be the best quality online and the only one with pantry cans. So let's recap. Introduce new products, the 3 meats that they didn't have before. Radically reduce the prices anywhere from 25 to 45%. And introduce the pantry cans. Now for shipping, in the continental U.S., the shipping rate for an order under $99 is a flat fee of $12. And any order in the continental U.S. over $99 is free shipping. And you don't have to be on the subscribe and save in order to get that. That's any order. Now for Canada and for Alaska and Hawaii, the shipping rate is 20% of the order. I'm really getting excited about this. I think this is going to be a game changer, and I think that the company itself is going to explode because of this. So take advantage of these sales this month for January of 2026 and stock up. I hope you found this interesting. I hope you found this exciting and inspiring. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. You be blessed.